Anyway, sorry about that, you all. Anyway, let's start that over again. My camera holder just went kaput on me for a second. Okay, I am back. Anyway, I'm having technical difficulty today. I don't know what's going on, but my whole thing is messed up. Okay. Anyway, get back to what I was doing. Sorry about that. You're going to take your paper and you're going to rip it. So, for those of you just joining, I had the other video that I started. I'm just going to start it over and let everybody know what you need. You're going to need a ruler, a pencil, some scissors, 2 pipe cleaners or 4 bread ties, or 1 pipe cleaner and 1 bread tie. You'll need a marker, a pen, a toilet paper tube, or a paper towel roll, a leather punch or some sort of hole punch, a small one preferably, and paper. I'm using watercolor paper, and let's get back to it. Now, fold your watercolor paper in half and tear it. You want it torn because of this edge right here. You want that to look kind of weathered, right? Okay, and then the next step is to take your ruler and you're going to, I like to measure it like, you're going to take your paper like this, and I like to measure it the width of the ruler. It makes it easier. So just take your width of your ruler, and then that's what it's going to be. So then take your pencil and draw a line there. This is how we're going to cut our our book pages. So then just continue down and draw another line. I'll probably wind up getting rid of that other video that I had. All right, here we go. And just keep drawing those lines till you get all the way down that 1/2 of that page. That was quite a ride, wasn't it? How funny. My whole camera fell. Good stuff. Okay, and then I'm almost done. I might not even use all of these, but I'm going to have them just in case. It depends on how thick you want your book to be. Your little journal. I make little journals like this, or did in the past, but mine were leather bound, and I actually used, and then I sold them in the gift shop for a while. But I haven't done it in a while. I should probably do some more and put some more in the gift shop because they're super cool. All right, and then so now you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut those lines that you drew, that you marked off. So cut along those lines and cut your, these are your pages, okay? Now, just keep cutting. I should have had some already cut out, but it's all right. I love the raw edge look. I had another earlier episode that I did on journal making, and I showed my personal art journal that I have, and I did it similar to this with the torn edges. I just really love that. I think it makes it look old and weathered. All right. All right, now once you have all your papers, for those of you that are just joining again, we are doing these little journals that you can make it as a necklace or a keychain or whatever, and I'm using watercolor pages, so that's what we're making. All right, and now you're going to take these papers in that raw edge that you have, should all be on one, okay? And then you're going to take that and you're going to fold it as big as you want your page to be. So you have to think about how long you want your book to be, like how wide you want it, right? So about right here for me, about an inch. I'm doing about an inch. All right, and then just keep doing that. Fold it over, crease it, fold it over, crease it. Try to keep it straight, fold it over, crease it. Okay. And then once you have that all folded, the next step is to unfold it. And then one, and then this second fold right here, you're gonna rip that. So crease it like this. If you're using regular paper, it's gonna be a little harder to do that. You might have to use scissors. And then you're just gonna rip. So then what you have is one page with two ripped sides. Do you see that? All right, and then we're gonna do that for our whole book. So you wanna move on to the next, and since we still have part of a strip, you're gonna fold that, okay? Now the next one, you're gonna wanna measure kind of. I cannot believe I dropped my phone on the floor. Okay, and now the next step is you're going to take your next one and you want to measure how long you have it, right? So about there and fold. Let me get back to my thing here so I can see any kind of chatting, if I have any chats going on. Okay. All right, okay. Now, once you have that folded, you're going to fold it again, fold it over, and just keep going. Now you have it measured because you've done that. So on the second fold, remember you got 1 and 2. On that second fold, crease it really good, fold it really good, and then you're going to rip it. Rip it. And now you've got another. That looks kind of old. Vintage-y. All right, I'm going to zoom up a little bit because I'm noticing that I can't. And this time, I'm going to try not to drop my phone. There. Oh, there we go. That's so much better. Okay. And same thing for the next one. Fold it. Fold it again. And then you're going to rip that last piece off, and then this piece you can just throw away. You don't need it. And I keep a little trash bag right next to me so I can toss it. Okay, now I have 3 rip pages. And they don't need to be like super even. That's what's so cool about this. It looks like a really old vintagey book because, you know, all the pages are ripped and what have you. I don't know why my light's not working. All right. Now, next, on to the next. Grab another piece of paper and we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to do that for the whole thing, all right? Now, I'm not going to do all these pages because you watching me fold paper is probably pretty annoying. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Okay, and then rip. Do it again. Rip right there. Remember, fold double on that part that you're going to rip. It helps to tear it. There we go. And do it again. That's 3. I do 3 pages at a time. So I like 3 pages at a time in there. I don't know why. My other... All right, fold again, fold again, fold again, fold again. And you want to crease. Crease, crease. Okay, and then fold again, the opposite way. Tear it. Fold it. Again. Tear it. Okay. Now, I've got all these pages, and this is what I'm going to use. Goodness. Okay. Now, one at a time, I'm going to take the pages, and I'm going to, well, I could do 2 at a time, probably. So, wherever the fold is, or the crease on that, you want to poke your holes. I have, like I said before, this leather punch, and that's how I'm doing it. So, I'm going to take this leather punch. I'm going to do 2 at a time. And right where the crease is, if you have to, fold it again just so you can see. You're going to put 2 holes. You're going to do 1 at the bottom. See that? And then 1 on the other side, about the same distance apart. And this is going to be your template for the rest of the holes. So then you could take this one and you can stick that there. That looks like that should be at the bottom. Now you could do this again and line it up with the one that you already poked the holes through, and then that way it's so much simpler, right? And then they'll all be even, just like that. So just keep going. Put another one up there. Make sure it's on the fold on all of them. And then do it again. Right. Another one. I have this one's really long, so I'm going to put this one in front, because what happens is the thicker your book is, the pages on the ends, on the first part, doesn't want to fold over as well. Like, they're littler. They wind up being shorter because it's folding around all that paper. That's just annoying. So I'm just going to leave that one a little longer. Make sure you're doing it on the fold. Oops. Sometimes it takes a little bit of maneuvering. And again, I'll do it with these last two. I'll try to do it at the same time. This hole punch, this leather punch works really well because you can get through several layers of paper. You can use these for shrinky dinks if you do shrinky dinks. All right, and then there we go. Now I have all of my holes punched. Stick them in here. Line them up. They're going to have to be lined up. All right, the next step is, this is a pretty simple step. You're going to take your bread tie and you're going to poke your bread tie through one end of the papers. See how I'm doing that? One end of the papers at the bottom, pull it through a little bit, and then you're going to fold this over and you're going to put this end through here. This one's a little more difficult because it's folded over, so you got to work with it a little more. There we go. But it's still going in pretty easily. A lot of times I work with leather or faux leather, and I will use that instead. All right, now once you have that, you want to make sure you want to pull it out till you have even, make it even, okay? So see, that's not even. One side's longer than the other, so I want to make it even. Just because. All right, now once you have that, the next step is to take your toilet paper roll. So you're going to leave that just like that. They're open like that. And then you're going to cut down the side of the toilet paper or paper towel tube. I'm using a paper towel tube, but I cut most of it trying to work it out. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to measure it, okay? Now, we have to account for when the book folds, because when it folds, this will, like I was telling you earlier, this is going to get shorter because it's folding around a bunch of paper. So you need to make it longer than what you're expecting. So I'm just going to cut this like so, and I can fix it later. You want to leave a little bit of overlap. You can always fix it later right here on the edges too. So you want to see how I have it kind of overlapped where it's sticking a little bit. All right. Then once you have that, then the next step is to cut some of it off. I'm going to cut that off. I can always go back and fix it, okay? Now, this is, so now I'm going to stick this in the middle, but I think I actually have it just perfect. So I'm going to put this in the middle of it, okay? And then figure out where the middle is, okay? And then I'm going to mark right where the middle is. Very lightly. You don't need it right where the crease is, where the hole is. Oh, my pencil needs to be, there we go. Right where that hole is. Okay, and then on either side of that, you're going to put 2 more marks. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Like this. Make them even, okay? And the reason we're doing this is because it's easier to see where to fold it. So you want to fold one side there on one mark, not the middle mark. The middle mark just stays there. That was just kind of a guideline so you could do the other 2. And you can erase these if you have an eraser. All right, so one fold, And then you're going to go to the other side and fold the other side. Same way. Same exact way. Now what this does is this allows for the middle of the book, okay? So that it folds like a book. All right. Then you're going to take your you're going to have to take one of these papers off. So take one paper off because we have to measure the book, okay? So don't forget we have to measure that. So now here's this. You want the holes in that bind right there, okay? So you're going to put the holes in between those two lines that you just folded, and you're going to punch them. Punch the holes. All right? Let me make sure I got it right. Let me fold it this way too. If you wanted, you could like kind of crunch your book up to make it look weathered and worn. You could do that too. Let's try it with that one. Okay. There we go. All right. And now I'm going to just take this and here, make sure I got it in the middle, and punch my holes. I just want to make sure it's perfect. I get irritated if I don't get my stuff perfect. Okay. I think all of us are like that though, right? A little bit of perfectionists. All right. There we go. Now we have that. Now we can put this back on. Okay. All right. Now you're going to take the book and you're going to stick that, the book top, or the cover, the book cover, and you're going to stick that, put the little bread tie in there. Or now if you're using pipe cleaners, you could do that too. Okay, now this is how it should look. You should have your book like this, and then when it folds, it should fold like a book. Now, it's not going to stay shut like that because, well, mine isn't anyway, because I'm using watercolor paper. And plus, I didn't fold it like this with that paper, but that's all right. Okay, and then once you have that, then you're going to take this and pull it down, same with this, as tight as you can, okay? And then you're going to wrap the bread tie. See that? That's how you're going to do it. Just like that. And then fold your bread ties up so you don't poke yourself or down, whichever. There we go. All right. Now there's that. Now we have our book so far. Next step is to take your pipe cleaner. And you're going to put your pipe cleaner through this. Then when you get it to the middle, when you get it to the middle, you want to fold it in half or figure out where the half is. So right there, fold that in half. All right, and then you want to twist that around that bread tie. So at least 1 or 2 twists. There we go. And now the next step is to decorate your book. So put whatever you want on your book. So you're going to take your markers. And what I like to do is I like to take the marker and I like to go over like on the edges of the book to make it look, you know, defined. So you can kind of see, oh, that's the edge of the book. It looks old, vintagey, whatever. There we go. Do it on the bind. I like to do the bind too. Then over here. It's a great way to use a paper towel roll or toilet paper tube, I think. There we go. All right, and then I like to put little lines right here. Make it look bookish. All right. And next step is to like write some words on it or something, you know, whatever you want. This one says once upon a time. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to add some decoration to it. So I'm using a white pen. This is my favorite pen. It is made by a company called, it's made by Uniball. And the brand is Signo. I love it so much. It is the best white pen out there, in my opinion, white ink. Of course, I've never also used, like, say, the other inks, the more expensive ones like Copic or anything like that. I've never done those. All right, so I'm just going to add some little scales to mine, just like I did the other one. All right, there's that. All right, see how that white pops? You should definitely order some of these. You can find them on Amazon. It's like 3 in a pack for like $6 or $7 or something, super cheap. All right, and then write your words on there, whatever you want. I'm just going to write art. Art happens. There we go. So that's what I wrote on mine. Okay, now this right here is to wrap around your book. Like this. Now, if you wanted to make this a, so just wrap it around and then you just twist it. My suggestion is to cut a little, if you have extra, just cut it off. You don't need too much. You don't need all that. And then fold the ends because you don't want to poke yourself, and that'll be better. All right, now if you want it as a necklace, you would poke a hole up here and stick your jump ring or whatever it is you have in that hole. So see how I did this one? You could poke that hole right there and put a jump ring in. So that's how you would do that. And then that's our art journal. Super cute. And you know, if you have like a little teeny tiny watercolor palette that's a travel palette and you want a little teeny tiny book to go with it, it's perfect. All right, and so sorry about all the hitches in this video. I'll probably be deleting the other one because you don't need it now. Come back. What, tomorrow is today? Thursday? Today's Thursday, I believe. Come back tomorrow and I will have, oh no, today's Wednesday. Where am I at? Time is not on my side today. Okay, so come back tomorrow and I'll have another video at 11 o'clock to do with you, another fun tutorial. If you want any information on City Museum, you can go to citymuseum.org. Has all our infos on buying tickets. They suggest that you buy tickets in, like, reserve them or buy them online in advance before going, but I believe you're welcome to go and purchase them there too, but it's better to do them online, as far as I know. Also, like us on Facebook. All of the videos for City Museum that we've done during this whole thing that's been going on is on our website and on our Facebook page, so you can look at all of our videos there. Any past tutorials that I've done. Have fun, create great art, and see you tomorrow.